Okay, let's look at number 10. We're going to solve for x. Four times e to the negative 2x minus 5 equals 3. So the first thing you want to do is get this 4 times e to the power all by itself. So we're going to add 5 to the other side. 4 times e to the negative 2x equals 8. And I want to get this base and the exponent isolated. So I've got to divide by the 4 to move it over. I have e to the negative 2x equals 2. So now I have it simplified where you just have the base and the power. The x is in the exponent, so I need to rewrite that equation in log form. I need to take it from exponential form and change it to log form. So since it's base e, I'm going to use ln. Okay, so I'm going to have ln of 2 equals negative 2x. And this is a equation. They're equal, so I don't really need to worry about the placement of the parts like I do when it's an inequality. Okay, so then I just need to evaluate ln of 2 and divide by negative 2, and that's going to give me the x value. And I'm going to carry it out 4 decimal places. So on the calculator, I'm going to press ln 2, close the parentheses, and divide by negative 2. And I'm getting about negative 0.3466. Any questions? Okay, so you guys do number 11 and I'll do it up here. It's the same steps. There's not going to be anything really different. Are you guys done with this? It's underneath the logarithm on the left side of your keys. Sorry. Okay, so you guys do number 11 and I'll do it up here. Okay, so I'm getting about 0.5493. Any questions? Is everybody finished with this one? Okay, so let's look at the inequalities. The inequalities we're going to solve a little differently. We're going to do little different steps. So I want to give you guys these 2 values. If you have e to the ln of x, if you need to evaluate e to the ln of x, that value is just going to be x, whatever the x is. Okay, so for example, e to the ln of 3, that value is 3. The e and the ln reduce each other out, and the value is just going to be the 3. Okay, if you have ln of e to the x, the value of that is just going to be x, whatever the exponent is. The reason for that is, let's say you have ln of e to the 5th power. Okay, I can rewrite this exponent 5 in front of the natural log. So I have 5 times ln of e. And the value here for this ln of e, it's like saying it's base e, so e to what power equals e? It's just going to be a 1, right? So that would be 5 times 1, it would just be 5. So you don't need to put the exponent in front. You just know if you have ln of e to some power, the value is whatever the power is. Okay, so let's do an inequality. ln of x minus 8 to the 4th is less than 4. So when you're starting off with ln in the problem, the way you want to set it up is you want to write them both in base e. And as long as I write them both sides in base e and make them exponents, then I can do that. It's not changing a value or anything. And the reason I like to do it this way is because I don't have to remember how to set the problem up. You know, like whenever we were doing logarithms, I had to remember to put the base and the power on one side of the inequality. And this sets it up for you. It kind of takes care of all of that. You don't have to worry about it. So on the left side, this e and the ln reduce each other out. It's just like this first scenario that I was showing you. And the value is x minus 8 to the 4th power. Now my x has this exponent outside. I need to get rid of the exponent to solve for x. So I'm going to raise both sides to the reciprocal power. 4 over 1, the reciprocal is going to be 1/4. Okay, when you have a power raised to a power, you multiply them together, so the left side's going to reduce out. 4 times 1/4 is just 1. Same thing is going to happen on the right side, coincidentally. 4 times 1/4 is 1. Okay, so now we have x minus 8 less than e to the 1st power. And to get my value for x, I'm going to add 8 to the other side. So then type it into your calculator. Oops. I have e plus 8, and I'm getting that x is less than 10.7183. I'm rounding it to the 10,000th place. Any questions? Okay, let's do one more. This is not on your paper, so you need to add this one to the bottom or on the back or something. This is e to the x is less than or equal to 8.7. So I already have this in base e. Okay, so when it's in base e, you're going to use a logarithm on each side. ln of e to the x is less than or equal to ln of 8.7. So when you start out looking at number 13, we're starting with ln. So I use base e and make both sides exponents. But this one I'm starting with e to a power, so I'm writing them both as logarithms. Okay, so from what we talked about at first, when you have ln of e to some power, the value is just whatever the power is. So ln of e to the x power, this value is just going to be x. This ln of e is 1. So I'm just going to have x on the left side, less than or equal to ln of 8.7. Then you just need to type in ln of 8.7 and get a value for that. So So I'm getting that x is less than or equal to 2.1633. Any questions?